It's another episode of Get Official with Dante. I'm still the host that you trust the most, Dante. And today we're going to be talking about 10 ways to make a girl attracted to you. Yes, 10 tricks to get her to like you. And if this is something that you need a little help on, fellas, you don't want to miss what I have to say, because you know I'm going to give you some official game. So stay tuned.
In my office, you have rules to learn.
So let's dive straight into it. Rule number 1, stay in your lane. Have your own life. Be who you are. It's nothing worse than somebody selling somebody else a dream and it turns out being a nightmare. Be yourself. Women love men who are confident in whoever they are, whether you are a nerdy bookish type or you are an athletic bodybuilder. Own who you are, and the women that you're attracted to will really want to stick around if you have a spot available for her. If you don't have any type of lane that you're in and direction, why would she want to be in your life? Tip number 2, have an interesting hobby or passion. Have something that you're passionate about, that your passion exudes so much about it that it can't do anything but draw her into what you like. For instance, if I tell you that I am passionate about hummingbirds, but I can't tell you the name of one hummingbird, I don't have any hummingbird pictures, I don't even have a hummingbird sticker, then 9 times out of 10, she's gonna see straight through that. And if she's interested in that and you're not as interested, she's gonna lose interest in you because you don't have the same interest genuinely. Women love passion. When you got passion and charisma, they're attracted to that shit like moth to a fire. So make sure that you find whatever you are passionate about sincerely and genuinely, exude that, and she's going to be attracted to that. It's even more points if there's something that you created. You know, if you know how to make songs about women, draw pictures, write rap, whatever you do, if you're a creator, you get more points for that from the women as well. Okay, fellas, this might seem like a no-brainer, but believe it or not, hygiene. Man, you gotta stay clean. You gotta stay fresh and clean if you want the ladies to see you on the scene, man. Smelling good is always a plus. By nature, you should want to have nice hygiene. If you don't typically have hygiene, I know how it is, especially when you are a working man and you're doing labor and you're dirty and you got the money, but you don't have the honey. That's because your exterior is rough around the edges, man. You got to get dapper. So number 1, make sure you take a shower. Take a shower. Deodorant, make sure you wash your hair as well. I recommend some body spray or cologne, but don't douse yourself in it where you just can smell you a mile away. That's not player. It's just 2017. Make sure you stay clean. Okay, if you want to have a little bit of cologne, then you can spray a little bit. That's it. It's coming to play smelling real dapper. Plus, cologne makes you feel a little bit more confident, especially when it blends well with your hormones or your pheromones.
Because I look good, that is? I smell good. I feel good and make love good.
Number 4, ask her to do things for you. Now, I know it might sound a little bit manipulative, but it's really not. When you ask her to do something for you and she does it for you, what happens is subconsciously she ends up liking you more. And because we are creatures of habit, if you can get her to do it more than once, the more that she would feel like, hey, I'm doing this because I must like the guy, because we don't do stuff for people we don't like.
You know, think about it. Take your time. You'll probably change your mind.
Benjamin Franklin used this same effect on his rivals and opponents, and it's okay to use that approach. Just make sure that you don't overdo it, because then you're just taking advantage, and whenever you take advantage, you lose integrity. Ask her to do a few things. One of my favorite things to do is I ask for them to scratch my back, or maybe ask, for help carrying something. That also builds some type of team consistency. Rule number 5, you have to have humor. Make her laugh. If you are not confident in cracking jokes, then you need to practice that awkwardness that you feel is fear. Women smell fear a mile away. So practice until you get confident enough to be able to find humor in a situation and be able to make light or make her laugh. Women love to laugh.
That's right.
The more jokes that you tell, the better that you'll get. And then also, it gives you a chance to see her body language. She might laugh and flick her hair, or you get to see where her eyes are going, and you can know which direction it's going in, if she's feeling you or she's not. Rule number 6, be her friend. Be her friend. Be that person that she could depend on, that she could trust, and she could be herself. Now, I'm not saying be friend zone, because being friend zone is not official. Although being friend zone could be a part of your strategic long-term game to get her to like you more, which I prefer to call turtle game, because you're running it real slow, but you win the race in the end. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, listen to her problems, you know, give her advice. Don't talk too much. Don't act like you know everything. Just be the ear that she want to hear. You know, if she is interested in another guy, she interested in you, but she telling you a little bit more intricate details. Don't get too haterish and talking about dude.
This is how shit goes here to play a hater's ball.
But just take your time and talk about you and her, or how she feels, or just listen, and then you won't be necessarily friend zone. But it's okay if you are running your game that way. You halfway there. Don't harp on the title. If she calling you and she's letting you know what's up, and you guys have some type of dialogue, whether it's daily or every other day, and you're in there, sometimes you guys are going to eat, having frappuccinos and Starbucks and shit girls like, and you know, you working your game, it's okay. You halfway there, baby. Don't put too much pressure on the title, or put too much emphasis on the title right now. Take your time, because it has been proven that things do turn around, and the friend zone can turn to two friends inside the zone, inside your home.
Oh yeah.
Be official with your game and be her friend. That's number 6. Rule number 7, break the touch barrier. I talked about that a little earlier. When you ask her to do something, that's how you could break the barrier initially, or it's not necessarily sexual contact. Ask her to touch your shoulder, or ask her to help you, you know, rub something you were sore working out. Have her do a secret handshake. You know, don't be the guy that be like,
Oh, I see you could call me. Where my hug at?
bruh, don't be that. That shit ancient. It's really too thirsty, man. Women don't like that shit. It's not fly and it's not official. Make her know you want to touch her, but not in a sexual way. If you do touch her and she is repulsed, if you see any type of facial expression that's not comfortable, or you can tell her body language, she back up, or when you try to give her one of these hugs and she's like, you know, halfway into the hug with like this. Give me that Christian side hug, that Christian side hug. Don't do it, okay? She's not feeling you that way, and you could fuck up long term, okay? So you gotta be aware of the signs, but make sure that you break the touch barrier, whether it's a secret handshake, Rochambeau, rock, paper, whatever it is, break the touch barrier. Number 8, tell her secrets. Now, I know you're gonna get scared, like I'm not gonna tell her secrets, but by telling her secrets, what happens is you build trust. And the more trust that you gain, especially when you tell her something before she tells you something, will end up her telling you something.
It's no secret that the best thing about a secret is secretly telling someone your secret.
I'm not telling you to tell her safe codes or the ATM, or I ain't even trying to give her your phone code right away. I'm just telling you, you know, you got to give something up that she can tell is a secret, and she will reciprocate it as well. Make sure it's something that you feel comfortable with people knowing, just in case she does tell somebody, because that shit does happen. Give her all your attention. Listen, man, in a world where distractions are everywhere, you got them in your hand, on your back, stressed, your attention is a very valuable tool to give somebody. And if you want her, you will pay attention to her. And I'm not just talking about a little bit here and there just to get what you want. I'm talking about really focus on what she's saying. Make eye contact with her. Hold her hand while you're talking to her. Look into her eye. Be confident when you speak, and I guarantee you, she's gonna know that you make her feel special, and she's gonna really fall into your hands. Don't be confident.
No, that was corny.
If you are slick, you're gonna take some mental notes, and you're gonna use them later on in deep conversations. Women love that shit. She's gonna feel special, and she's gonna know that you really care because you've been paying attention. So that's rule number 9, pay attention to her. Last but not least, we come to number 10. Listen, step up your confidence game. I'm gonna be going into ways that you can step up your confidence in some videos later. But until then, the first step you can do is be self-aware of who you are and how you can make improvements on yourself. One of the easiest ways for you to get confidence is for you to start working out. If you've never worked out before, I recommend working out at least 3 times a week. And you can start off with something simple by doing push-ups, jumping jacks, and sit-ups, just to give you some small goals to work towards to get you started. But I highly recommend working out to build some of your confidence, and I will give you some ways of beefing up your confidence game, from smiling, from standing correctly with your chest out, from having a firm handshake. We'll be going into those later. Power up. If you like this and you think that this has given you some benefit, don't be shy, subscribe, like, Even if you share, it means a lot. Leave comments, and until we meet, stay official.